It's hard to believe that the Pixel 7 series phones have been out over 3 months now. Yes, 3 months. It came out the first week of October, and it's pretty much been fantastic ever since then. And it's been a really nice Cinderella story for them this year as opposed to the Pixel 6 debacle last year. So it's like a complete different narrative change. We went from the Pixel 6 and coming out with the initial fanfare and people being excited, and then kind of fell on its face, all the problems it had, non-recommendations from a lot of big reviewers and YouTubers, and then it kind of got left there, even though over the year, throughout the course of the year, especially once Android 13 came out, really changed things around for the phone. But that's the thing. When it comes to phones, you get one chance at a first impression, and it was not a good first impression with the Pixel 6. Enter stage right, or stage left, whichever way you're looking at the screen. The Pixel 7 made a really good impression, and the 7 Pro, so much so that it got lots and lots and lots of best phone of the year, top phone, best smartphone camera, all sorts of amazing things, the things that we would kind of expect to come out of a fantastic Google flagship phone. They've refined the way that it looks. They've made it more rounded, makes it look more premium, looks more fancy, even though I kind of like the more slightly industrial look that we get with the Pixel 6, the more squared off appearance and kind of more boxy approach. I really liked it, but this one, I know unibody design, they changed things up with the metal for the camera bar, with the glass here, and changed the colors up, made it more premium and refined looking. That's cool. Ultimately, what I care about is the camera, the screen, what's under the hood, all that good stuff. It's nice, but, well, this is how mine carries usually. So you can't even really tell what color it is, but there are a lot of good cases for it, and there are a lot of good accessories too. And this one, this is the Spigen, I think it's the Liquid Air. I absolutely love this case. I've got a link in the description if you're interested. I get a lot of folks ask me all the time what case this is, and I believe that's what it is, the Spigen Liquid Air. But yeah, fantastic phones. I think it's the best for most people, especially when you look at the Android flagship category. It's on sale for $499 right now. And I think this is very strategic. I think it's something that Google has brought this sale back. They've been very successful over the last couple of months. MSRP for the Pixel 7, $599. MSRP for the Pixel 7 Pro, $899. And then you look at them on sale, take $150 off the Pixel 7 Pro, $749. Insanely good deal. And I think that they're going to leave it that way for a little while because what's right around the corner is the S23 Ultra that's going to be announced on February 1st. So we're right at about 2 weeks away from that. I fully expect Google to keep these prices low because they want people to make a decision. They want you to go into the carrier and see, okay, yeah, I can pay $1,200 and I can get an S23 Ultra, or I can pay $749 and I can get a Pixel 7 Pro. And by gosh, a $749 Pixel 7 Pro is a very compelling looking phone compared to, let's say, probably going to be an $1,199 S23 Ultra. Now, the S23 Ultra is going to be a great phone. S22 Ultra is a top-notch, high-quality phone. Absolutely love mine. I've been making a lot of videos, a lot of coverage on this lately because it's coming out soon. It's supposed to have a 200 megapixel camera, Snapdragon 8 Generation 2, all that good stuff. Well, this guy right here, the Pixel 7, like I said, this is what I chose as my phone of the year for 2022, and especially at $499. It's insane that you can get this phone for $499 right now. MSRP is $599, $100 off that, and they took it off quickly. I mean, within about a month, they dropped the price on it, and Google is very, very well known for this. It's really hard to try and recommend buying a Google Pixel phone on launch because within 3 or 4 weeks, they always drop the price. But where Google got a lot of things right this year, marketing and trade-in values. There were some insane trade-in values. So much so, if you had a Pixel 6, you could trade it in and get a Pixel 7. And I think it was, like $20 plus tax. It basically came out to like $60. That was an amazing deal. You can't get that deal now. And I wouldn't expect you to be able to get this one so far out from the phone coming out. But yeah, lots of great things. I know there's been a little bit of a headache with this latest update for January. It looks like they kind of pulled it. I think it was causing some issues with T-Mobile variant maybe. But I heard and I saw reports about it was causing some issues with Bluetooth connectivity and Android Auto related stuff. And then also we've had the whole camera glass cracking on some of the Pixel 7 phones, or 7 and 7 Pro. It's not just limited to one. So I've still been trying to get to the bottom of that. Google still has not put out any sort of an announcement or any sort of an update about it other than they're looking into it. So hopefully what I hope and pray happens at the end of the day is that Google can determine that this is some sort of a manufacturer defect so folks can get theirs fixed and not have to pay that out-of-pocket cost. So we're still waiting to see what happens with that. But other than those two small little black eyes, because I have to say, yeah, I mean, it's definitely not something that is a good thing. Up until now, the last 3 months have been pretty good. So kind of this quarterly check mark thing, maybe I think it might have created some issues with some folks who are concerned about it. But on the larger scale, larger population sampling, I don't think that it's been a huge issue. But I have had a couple of folks in the comments who are like, yeah, my glass broke on my camera. So keeping an eye on that. I will, of course, update y'all when I find out more information. But overall, the experience I think most folks have had, the positivity, the good comments, the feedback that I've gotten from folks who have bought it, that across the board, most people are saying, great phone, fantastic, absolutely love it. This is the Pixel I always wanted, and it's been a good software experience. And of course, if you're new to this, and if you haven't owned a Pixel phone before, the phones nowadays, they get 3 years of operating system updates, 5 years of security patches. That's a long time. That's really, really nice because that's monthly security patches. This is not like, okay, quarterly, we do it bi-monthly. No, for the 5 years that you have the phone, well, if you keep it that long, you're going to get monthly security updates, plus you also get the quarterly feature drops, which are nice as well. So you always get to stay up to date. You always make sure your phone's secure. It's got the Google Tensor 2 chip in here. You got the Titan M2 chip in here for security and all that extra stuff. And then you've got the award-winning Pixel camera stuff in here as well. So if you take a look at the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro, they have the same primary shooter, the same selfie camera. That was a big update over last year. The Pixel 6 had the same primary shooter, but it had the last generation selfie camera. The newer selfie camera in the 7 and the 7 Pro is very good. So you get 4K 60 frames per second on the front and on the back for video. They've improved video, they've improved the sound experience, and the camera is top notch. I mean, it was #1 in the world until a couple other phones tied it. And I think recently here the Huawei Mate 50 Pro, I think is where we're at now, finally just surpassed that globally, but that's not available here in the US. So in the US, the Pixel 7 Pro primary camera, Pixel 7 Pro overall still best camera setup you can get in the US. So it'll be interesting to see how Samsung challenges that with the S23 series phones, especially the S23 Ultra, to see what happens with that. But yeah, 3 months in, I think it's a fantastic phone. I think both of them are fantastic. The Pixel 7 and the 7 Pro. They offer a little bit something extra here and there if you want to go the full distance, 120 hertz refresh rate, Quad HD Plus, 5,000 milliamp battery, bigger screen. The 7 Pro is the way to go. But most folks, I think, are going to be very happy with the Pixel 7, 6.3-inch screen, still got the Tensor G2, the same front and back camera. It doesn't have the telephoto, so you don't get to reach out and touch folks as far with that zoom, and you don't get the macro. But I just think most people don't care that much about that. Like I do, and I also like the bigger screen, the extra stuff that goes along with it. But 90 hertz refresh rate, beautiful screen. It's got facial unlock technology. You've got the fingerprint sensor, works a whole lot better on it. So at 3 months, I think we're still sitting pretty good. I think the phone has been top notch. I think it's been solid, other than the one or two little things here that just popped up recently that we're still trying to get to the bottom of, with some folks having the lens crack on their camera, and then also the delay with the January security patch. But that's something that will get rolled out soon enough and should fix those issues. So that's all I got. Overall, I've been really impressed. I've been really happy with how things have worked out with this phone, especially versus last year. Like complete night and day difference when it comes to the 7 versus the 6. And it just gets me even more excited about the 8 that we'll get later on in 2023. If they continue to make leaps and bounds especially with the silicone, with the Tensor chip, all those great things, and even the camera, I think that things are going to look up for a while. And they're being very disruptive in the markets, and it's going to make, I think, especially Samsung and the other Android manufacturers really have to think twice about how they do business and how they price their phones, because this at $499 or the Pixel 7 Pro at $749, I mean, that's a big head turner that I think is probably converting a lot of folks over to the Pixel phones. So that's all I got. If you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you have any experience with these phones, if you like them, if you bought one, I'd love to get some feedback from you. Go to the comment section, and I'd love to hear what you think about the phones and what your experience has been. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and a little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.